The Super Mario Bros. Event will be held under any percent rules. Warp zones and wrong warps are allowed. We'll get to the coverage of this in just one moment. Let's take a look at the brackets. Our first race today will be Team Triforce's Link Sevens versus Special K's Coach Crab 127. In a rematch of the Tetris race we just saw, the Painus Thunder's Unos is taking on Zarnax from 2Gamers1 Melvin. Kite from Pixel Fire will take on the Octorox CF207. And rounding it out, Sleepy Mario from Anchors of Fire will take on Fap from Rose City Nation of Fapagidia. Speaking of Fapagidia, we're going to take ourselves down to Mushroom Kingdom, where Angry Larry and Armageddon Time will have the call. Thank you, Hans. This is Angry Larry with Armageddon Time, and this is the first of 4 first-round matches for the SHITournament Olympics in the Super Mario Bros. Any percent event. How you doing, Armageddon?
Not so bad. I'm in the mood for some classics, and what a classic we got right here. I think we've already started. Here we go.
We're on the way. Link Sevens from Team Triforce versus Coach Crab 127 from Special K. You can see Link Sevens getting embiggened right from the start, and Coach Crab is just going to keep going.
Coach Crab just doesn't care. He just go, go, go. And that's really the strategy of this is it's any percent. You just, it's a devil may care attitude.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you don't know what problems you're going to have along the way, so you want to get there as fast as possible. If you take a death in 8-1, 8-2, 8-3, or even before, unfortunately, you can do the wrong warp or the 2 wrong warps, I believe there are. There's another one in 8-4. That you might see the players do. But 4-2, you can do the wrong warp, and it could go wrong. And then you have to think on the fly and progress to the end of that board. But we're on 1-2 here. You can see Coach Crab is making a little bit of a platform up there, 3 tiles wide, and then Link Sevens just does it 1 tile wide.
Yeah, Link Sevens, he's going as far as becoming Fire Mario early on. And from the times that I've actually tried to run this myself, through the natural progression of things, you can become Fire Mario without having to worry.
Yeah, Fire Mario is very big in the 8 levels later on for Hammer Brothers and stuff like that, but certainly it's going to help. I believe like the real strategy of this game and to optimize it to be the fastest is Small Mario all the way.
Yeah, I mean, he can get into smaller crevices and, he's just less of a target in the end.
Less of a target, yeah. That's it. You also want to avoid hitting that flagpole where the digits at the end of the timer end in 1, 3, or 6. That's going to trigger some fireworks for some bonus points, but it's also going to eat away at your seconds.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you're trying to get splits here and earn those fireworks. You don't want fireworks in this one.
No, it's not like, it's definitely not BGT splits.
Yes.
All right, so 4-2 here. Let's see. Coach Crab is not going to set up the wrong warp, but Link Sevens, the veteran of the big 20s and tasks and stuff like that, he understands how to do it, so he's going to do it. It has something to do with pushing your screen forward, and then the game thinks you're in a different area than you are, and what happens is, like, it knows where to warp you based on your position on the screen. So at the first half or just before that pipe, it'll bring you into like a little section underground with some coins. But if you're able to push the screen forward by jumping in specific areas, getting your head caught as you jump, stuff like that, it pushes your screen, it pushes Mario on the screen a little bit further. And that little bit further then triggers the next or the prior. I don't forget how it is. There's a whole video on it. Something Salt does it, whatever. You should watch it because it makes more sense than what I'm talking about.
I've actually seen that video, and for the first time this year, 2018, current year, I just learned about this wrong warp. So even to this day, people are still learning new ways of maximizing, of min-maxing Super Mario Brothers 1 that we can see right here. Because of that wrong warp, we can see that Link Sevens has taken a marginal lead.
Marginal lead. They both finished that stage at the same time. That's one of the good things about this game is that the timer on top is per stage, and you can see who does the stage faster than the other person, so you can see which one, if somebody's gaining speed, someone's not gaining speed. Lincoln's going to take his time hopping here. He's going to go to high route, and it's really not about that one up. It's just about avoiding all that chaos down below. That gave Coach Crab a considerable lead back, so they just switched leads again.
This is the kind of match that you want to see, especially like first round, like back and forth. We don't know who's going to win. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it certainly is. And these are two veterans of the SHI tournament. In fact, Link Sevens is the only player to have been in the winner's bracket for all 5 seasons of the SHI tournament. Coach Crab did it 4 out of the 5 seasons. Coach Crab has won the SHI tournament twice. Link Sevens has won the SHI tournament once, but he's been in the finals 3 times. So it's like, these are the all-stars. These two and Buzz Thunder, these guys have been the ones that have been there season after season.
Yeah, I mean, Randy Savage couldn't have said it any better himself. This is the cream of the crop we got right here. Indeed. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of looking back and forth between the two. It's really close, but looks like Link Seven, at the very least, he is small Mario, but now he is large Mario. I don't know if you caught it, but while Coach Crab was waiting for the screen to progress, he was doing a little bit of a dance there. So I don't know if he's trying to show off. Coach Crab easily avoiding those bloopers and taking down, coming up to Bowser, and well, there you go. Yeah, big ups to Coach, and I mean that's pretty much it for Link Sevens. I mean, I know each individual has 2 games within the tournament, so whatever the other game Link Sevens is in, hopefully, he performs well in that one. It only remains to see.
Yeah, certainly. And again, Coach is going to be moving on, and he'll be taking on the winner of another race that is yet to be played. And for that, we're going to go back to Hans Buttface and take a look at our updated brackets. All right, and with that win, Coach Crab 127 is going to move on to the next round and play for at least 1 medal. He'll be taking on the winner of the next race, the Tetris rematch between Unos and Zarnax. Back to you guys. All right, that is 1 down. Here comes race number 2, Unos versus Zarnax, 42. Unos of the Pain is Thunder. Zarnax of 2 Gamers, 1 Melvin, and we can be getting underway here relatively shortly. What are you expecting on this one?
Honestly, I don't know because I'd seen Yunos play a little bit of this, but have no idea what Zarnax is going to bring to the
So
table.
Zarnax has a pretty good PB in this game. It was several years ago, though, according to Speedrun.com. Was putting in a little bit of work here. Always had trouble in 8-1, 8-2.
Well, we can see right off the bat, just like the clear jumps from Zarnax and the rough and tumble, but still within it, Yunos working at it anyway.
Yeah, certainly, and they both get Zarnax maybe a little bit ahead. You never know with the lag of the stream what exactly who's ahead, who's not.
Yeah, and if it really comes down to just how unbelievably close this could become, we've always got times going, we've always got timers, and numbers are always flying around.
Yeah, and speaking of flying around, you do see Yunos had for a little while the Fire Flower. Zarnax is going on small here, and he's already at the warp zone, and Yunos is grabbing the second mushroom, or I guess he got the Fire Flower first, but Zarnax taking the warp, and he's already at 4-1, has an incredible lead right now. Let me reset it here for a second. Yunos is the Pain is Thunder. He's representing the Pain is Thunder with Buzz Thunder and the Alan Heffley. And Zarnax 42 is part of two gamers, one Melvin. Zarnax is one of the gamers. JSR is the Melvin. And he's already out of 4-1, and he's going into 4-2. And Yunos is going to grab these fireballs here. Very important to Yunos to have the fireballs. Question for you, Armageddon Time.
Right.
Pop-Tarts or toaster strudels?
Toaster strudels all day,
Why
man.
is that?
Because I find the addition of the cream and the way that you can just slather it all over in any which way you want, it just tastes richer, and the insides just taste better. It's just a better product.
Gross. But Yunos is, you can see Zarnax was small, so he got through that block clip, or just underneath that block. He didn't have to do anything fancy. Yunos had to reset there and take a little bit of a dive. Zarnax did not do the wrong warp, but Yunos is setting it up, and he does get it, but Zarnax is already in 8-1. Is there any other variety of like a toaster pastry, like toaster cakes? Is that like a thing? That was like a corn muffin type thing from Thomas English Muffins, right?
I am not that familiar. As a kid, I was mainly Pop-Tarts. It actually wasn't until I became a teenager that I even discovered what a toaster strudel was.
Yeah, I remember toaster strudels from the commercials because they always had the they always made sure to show the packet and like the pouring of the icing on top of the pastry. For the longest time, I never had a Pop-Tart toasted. Like, I don't know if that's a thing, like for regular people, or if I'm just weird. But I used to eat those things like right out of the package. I really never saw the need to toast them. I ate them like they were desserts more than they were like I guess they still are dessert, but whatever. What a place to lose your Fire Flower right there for Yunos, right at the end of the stage.
Yeah, Yunos he's been playing a very defensive game, always going for the mushrooms and the Fire Flowers, but in the end, sometimes you just got to go for it. You got to take risks. This is Mario 1. This isn't hand-holding baby game.
Yeah, well, I think Enchantress of Numbers is the world record holder in hand-holding baby game. I don't know if that's the official name of the game, but she does run that. I don't think there's hand-holding there, but 2 deaths there by Yunos, and Zarnax is going for the Fire Flower strats right now, and he's cruising. He's on 8-3.
Yeah, right now he's got a very commanding lead. The only way that Yunos would be able to even catch up is if there's a catastrophic, development on Zarnax's part.
I guess that's our question of the day here. Two-parter question. Question number 1 would be, what's your favorite, I guess, dessert or pastry? And Zarnax does take a death there as well, so Yunos is going to get back a little bit of time, but he's still on a different stage. What is your favorite pastry or dessert type thing you put in the toaster oven? And question number 2 would be, do you eat your Pop-Tarts toasted or raw right out of the package?
Well, the easy answer for the toaster oven one would be cinnamon rolls. And in terms of Pop-Tarts, I've done it both ways, but as I got older, I started to toast them less. So just because you just grab them and go,
Yeah, I used to take them and just bring the pack to school, and that was like it wasn't really my breakfast, but it was like, breakfast too, late breakfast. I used to eat the strawberry ones in like grade school and college, and then I progressed to like the s'mores right after that, and
Yeah. Yeah, the uncooked one, Pop Tart is definitely college food.
Yeah, for sure. And I used to bring it to work, and I used to go to work at so early in the morning that that actually did become my breakfast. But 8-4 here for Zarnax. Just please give us your answers in chat. We do have 2 more races left to go.
Yeah, Zarnax making quick work of 8-4. And looks like we got Xenos already catching up or desperately trying to.
Xenos is like he's ready to jump into a cold swimming pool, and then gets scared that it's going to be too cold, and he backs out, and he's trying to get himself the will to do it. Stuttered a few times there on the way down, but finally lines it up and gets through. I didn't notice if Zarnax did the wrong warp or not.
We'll see if any of the bloopers take him down.
I think it's pretty safe at this point. You just gotta wait for that vertical stiff fire snake to move. Fire snake, what are you doing in the water?
Fire snake.
That's a fire snake. And here's Zarnax and Easy Boss. And there you go.
See you later.
So Zarnax has won with a time of 6 minutes and 18 seconds. Unos is right on his heels. This is going to move Zarnax on, as we learned from Hans Buttface. Zarnax is now going to be taking on Coach Crab in the second round, and Unos is going to be watching that at home in his comfort of his own home, even though he has finished with a time of 6 minutes and 40 seconds.
I could really feel like the sweat coming off of Unos, and I don't know if that's an indication of where I am right now, but for some reason it felt very tense.
Yeah, I think for Unos he expected Zarnax to finish a little bit earlier right there, but certainly for these guys, it was a great race. Zarnax representing 2 gamers, 1 Melvin, being the one of the gamers. He's going to move on to the next round, and we'll go take a look at the updated brackets now with Hans Buttface. All right, guys, and with that win, Zarnax will be moving on to take on Coach Crab in the first semifinal. But we still have 2 more races left to go. But I'm being told we have some breaking news coming in. Is that correct? This is SHITournament breaking news. Breaking news. It appears that Pixel Fire's kite has missed the bus from the Olympic Village. He did not check in time for his race against CF207, which was scheduled next. This is going to forfeit Kite, unfortunately, and CF207 is going to be moving on to the semifinals to take on the winner of Sleepy Mario and Cantaloupe Me, which is now our next 3rd and final race of the Super Mario Brothers first round event. We will provide more on this sad and tragic story as we get some news. Make sure you check out the website for all the latest news and info, including the VODs from the past Primetime specials, the Zelda 2 randomizer races, and semifinals and finals, and all the medal rounds that has concluded already, and updated standings and such. But guys, back to you. Actually, first, guys, sorry about this. One more thing. I'm being told that the nation of the Octoroks are demanding that every time they win a race, we play their national anthem. It is a forfeit. CF207 did move on. Technically is a win. So we will now play the anthem for the Octoroks. Please stand up and place your hand over your heart.
In 1982, a crack speedrunning unit was sent to a prison by an unfair tribunal for a cheat they didn't commit. These runners promptly escaped from a maximum security heck band to the Twitch underground. Today, still on the run, they survive as ROM hackers of fortune. If you need the eco key, if no one else can get a Tetris, or if you want a ROM hack, maybe you can hire the Economowalk Octoroks.
All right, guys, back to you. That is unfortunate, and we are sad to hear it. We hope everything is all right, and we're going to move on here with the fourth race of the first round of the Super Mario Brothers Any Percent event. It's going to be Sleepy Mario from Anchors of Fire versus Cantaloupe from Rose City Nation of Fapagitia.
Why did they make that name so long? I'm not sure. But look, we've already started.
We have already started. We got Sync here. And Sleep Mario is going to go back for the mushroom. Let me say this: Sleepy Mario, his character name is named after Mario from the Mario series, so you know he's going to be halfway decent at playing this game. He has a decent PB. Cantaloupe's PB is better, but Cantaloupe has also just recently played in the Super Mario Brothers 1 No Warp tournament, so he's like already.
He's been playing the long game.
And Mario,
it almost looks like they're playing two different versions. It looks like on the left you have the PC version.
Yeah. So what happens here is Sleep Mario is probably playing on emulator, and Cantaloupe is playing on a console, captured console. So that's where you see all the difference in the videos. And I remember I got shamed one time in the Dragon Warrior Randomizer Chaos tournament for my capture because it looked like I was playing from VHS when my opponents were playing from emulator. But you know, if you capture from the console, there's nothing really you can do, except buy hundreds and hundreds of dollars of equipment to make it look better.
Yeah, and it really looks to be paying off, at least for Cantaloupe, who's taking a screaming lead. Here we go.
Yeah, he's flying. He's already in 4-1, and you can see him. He's making all the jumps in the right places. And like I said, he's like fresh off of the No Warp tournament, and just. He's done these levels dozens of times in the last month. And he just he's flying. He's not missing a beat. He's jumping every single place he needs to jump.
Yeah, Sleepy Mario kind of taking a cautious approach, but, he's not backing down.
He won't back. Is that a Tom Petty song? He won't back down?
He won't back down. Oh, wait, sorry. Copyright claim, less than 30 seconds.
Yeah, and I think you nailed it exactly, like the pitch and everything. So we're definitely getting flagged for that. Let's see what Fap does here. He hits the brick, and he's going to go ahead and do the wrong warp right about now. And there he goes. So he's already on. He's about to hit stage 8-1, and Sleep Mario's just starting stage 4-2 right now.
Yeah, so it could be that's a whole level behind, but hey, you never know. A little time save here, a little time save there.
Oh yeah, that's actually absolutely one of the things here is you can have a absolute horrid run when it comes to like 8-1, 8-2, 8-3, and have to take a game over, and that's like the most unfortunate thing you can do.
Yeah, and Cantaloupe really, like, you can tell that this has been choreographed. This has been practiced dozens of times. Whereas Sleepy Mario, you can definitely feel it's a little more organic. It's a little more, it feels a little more. What's the word? What am I trying to say here? It's definitely more.
He's moving,
As,
but it's
as
not as fluid as FAP is moving. Like he's getting the job done. Yeah.
this is true.
So here's the difference. Like I said, I already gave FAP's take on things. He's been playing the no warp tournament. Mario was a late entry into this, so he may not have had time to practice as much in real life and all that. Like he's doing the people at Anchors of Fire and the team at Anchors of Fire and the tournament a favor because we grabbed him at like almost absolute last second and said, hey man, you expressed interest in the tournament during the opening ceremonies, and Hans Budface noticed, and it looks like you play Super Mario Brothers 1 and 3. Would you like to join the team? And he said, yeah. So,
And I mean, we've all the majority of viewers will have played Super Mario Brothers 1 a good handful of times at least in their life. So we've all had a hand at this before. It's a matter of just min-maxing the heck out of this, and you can really see just the intense gameplay that both of these have put into it. I say this as Cantaloupe Me takes an unfortunate
I
hit.
want to say that was intentional. Like if
You think so?
half intentional. Like if the Hammer Brother didn't move, then he's embiggened the rest of the way. The Hammer Brother doesn't move. All right, well, you take the damage and you keep going, and that's what he did. He took the damage. He keeps going. Slip Mario had an unfortunate fall off the top, and he just jumped into a crevice right there, and then the Koopa Trooper went after him. So that's like a little bit of humiliation on top of that. But yeah, FAP is flying. Look at that. He doesn't even wait for the bridge. He doesn't even wait for the Piranha Plant to go down somehow, and just goes down the pipe.
Yeah, man, I'm just shaking my head. Like I couldn't do these moves even in my prime.
Yeah, so if somebody started the timer, we'd know exactly where they're at right now. But we do have a timer off screen, so
Yeah, timer's off screen, far away from us, but we got a team of people on it.
we want to give you guys suspense and let you know see how this stacks up with the other two races we have seen so far. Home stretch here for Cantaloupe Me. It's going to take care of this this dude right here. This Hammer Brother, he's got to wait. I believe there's a little trick there where you can get that Hammer Brother every time. But no big deal. We'll just wait. We'll hit the thing. We're cut off a little bit on the side. No big deal at all. And there you are. 5 minutes and 35 seconds. That is the fastest time of the three races. And Cantaloupe Me is going to move on to the first round and second round and play CF 207.
Yeah, and Sleepy Mario's not out of it yet. He came here to play and he came here to finish.
Yeah, with the exception of that one race that has gone down the tube so far, both other races both runners have finished, and Mario is looking like he's going to finish here as well. He is unfortunately out of the tournament, but he's going to be still alive in the Super Mario Brothers 3 event. Cantaloupe Me is already entrenched in the Tetris event as well. And we'll be doing the second round of that coming soon. But we'll get that schedule recap with Hans Buttface at the conclusion of this, and your semifinal preview as well. Mario's going to keep going. So what have you seen? What do you take away from the first round of action of the Super Mario Brothers event?
Well, I gotta say, I'm a huge fan of all the flags that we've been seeing, and definitely a good contender for best Pop-Tart at Strawberry. So that's kind of what I've taken away from this up to this point. What about you?
Like how does what is it, A&W and Crush, Orange Crush have a Pop-Tart or something like that?
I've definitely seen the Crush ones. I haven't seen the A&W ones. I haven't tried the Crush, but I think it would just taste like a really disgusting
That's
orange.
a little weird because I think Crush is a Coca-Cola product, and like A&W is. I always put A&W in like the Sunkist 7-Up products of products, but it's been a long time before I really took a refresher on what company owns the right to what product. But
Doesn't Sunkist own Coca-Cola? Isn't something weird like that?
I don't know. Like whenever things go on sale in the store, it seems to always be like A&W, Sunkist, Canada Dry, 7-Up is like one one sale.
All the best ones.
And then, you know, your Pepsi, your whatever after that. I think the Coca-Cola had Minute Maid orange soda, which was like the worst of the orange sodas.
That's right. Minute Maid owns Coca-Cola.
Yeah, come on, guy. Know your orange stuff.
Hey.
You know what else is orange? Cheez-Its.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it Cheez-Its or is it what's the other one?
The other one is the Sunshine product, or Sunshine Cheez-Its. Damn it. Now I'm getting confused. I used to know this stuff like the back of my hand, and you can obviously believe that because of all the stuff you've heard me talk about over the year plus that you've known me.
But there's like a Cheez-Its. There's a Cheez-Its like product.
Yeah, but it's not as good. It's like, oh man, well, I'm gonna have to look this up. Are you kidding me?
It's Sleepy Mario bypassing the warp.
Yeah, he's gonna have to have another go at the Cheese Nips.
That's it. Cheese Nips.
Yeah, there's actually a website that's like second-rate snack food. Kraft is Cheese Nips. Sunshine is Cheez-Its. I'm surprised Nabisco doesn't have like a product.
Well, they pretty much cornered the cookie game, didn't they? Well, them and Mr. Christie, I guess.
SecondRateSnacks.com. This is the thing, and this should be the sponsor of the SHI tournament because this is like right up the alley here. Let me give you another one here.
So it looks like we just had a wrong warp there.
Oh, he did do it? Okay, cool. Vap did it as well, and he's on the home stretch here as well. Man, these are so bad that I can't even bring them up because they're not even close in products and recognizing.
We talking like great value style?
Yeah, I mean, like, here's one: Hawaiian Punch versus Shasta Tiki Punch. Like, who the hell gets Shasta Tiki Punch? You know what I mean?
I probably would, considering the price.
Lucky Charms versus Marshmallow Mateys. I mean, come on, like. Give me like two real. All right, I guess here's one. It's Cinnamon Toast Crunch from General Mills versus Cinnabon cereal from Kellogg's.
Cinnabon has a cereal, man. You can't walk by that place without wanting to eat something there.
Just like Elio's versus Betsio's pizza. Like, I've never seen a Betsio's pizza in my life, guy. Twix versus Jive. I wonder if this is like a. I wonder if this is like a UK thing.
I get that from the name alone. Are you kidding me? Can I have a Jive, please?
This might be a UK thing because it has like Galaxy Ripple versus Cadbury Flake. And Cadbury Flake is the greatest candy bar ever, but you have to like import it or like buy it at like a specialty store for like $2 a bar.
Do they have Tim Tams on there?
I don't know what it is. What is a Tim Tam?
It's an Australian thing, but I think UK takes it as well.
Yeah.
They're just like little chocolatey treats.
I don't know.
Or sweets.
Yeah, I don't know where this comes from, and it was kind of a for a URL that says secondratesnacks.com. There was only like 7 comparisons total, so I'm actually going to write a letter to this guy and be like, "Come on, man, you have something special here." And
a letter to the editor.
Letter to the editor. But what do you guys think? What are your favorite second-rate snack foods? I was thinking about this the other day. There was like we got these. I don't think it was Wise chips. Maybe it was Wise chips, but they were like Doritos, but they weren't Bravos. They were like Roundinos, or they were like round, so they weren't triangle. So they had a funny name. But there's Mario completing now. And he's logging in with a time of it's going to be 12 minutes and 9 seconds here for Sleepy Mario.
Not bad. All considered that, he's a late entry, didn't have that much time to practice. I mean, you got to give it up to him.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's put a bow on this with the snack food thing. Like I'm a guy who doesn't mind like a Bravo over a Dorito at all. Like I kind of think those are equal. I'm not going to have a Hydrox over Oreos. Like, that's just silly. I'll just buy the great value knockoff Oreo instead and save.
Yeah, man, after my own heart, of course. Just take the cheapest one because they're all the same. Or eat the middle first, which is a real name of a Oreo.
I mean, product. If you want to talk about it, they're all the same. The way the way budget, value, generic, no frills items used to work is Oreo would make too many cookies, and then they would have to like do something with the excess, and they would just package them like the conveyor belt went two different ways. It went to the Oreo, maybe not Oreo, but other products work like this. One went to the name brand it was made for, and then the runoff went to the no frills, and they sold
black and white cookies.
Yeah, they sold it off to a store or generic no frills, like the true traditional black and white old school label no frills. That's the way it used to work. Like you used to get tomato sauce, and it could be Ragu, it could be Prego. It was something. It wasn't specifically made for like whatever black and white label that was. But nowadays you have all the store brands have their own unique, label. So those are all packaged and created by those companies. But back in the day, that's what it used to do, man. You wanted Q-tips? Like you can get a Q-tip, and it could be no frills. But then like you can get like whatever like the other brand of Q-tip was that didn't have enough cotton at the end, and you were like
like a cotton tip.
Yeah. Have you ever used a Curad over a Band-Aid?
No, I've used adhesive strips.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're definitely a guy who uses adhesive strips. I'll tell you that. Look at the score though. Mario had a better score than Fap, but
that's true. But Fap, this is all about speed, not score here.
So 5 minutes and 35 seconds was the fastest time in the race. And Armageddon time. Thanks for joining.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be hearing more for Armageddon time later on in the tournament as well. There's plenty more rounds to go. For a preview of the semifinals of the Super Mario Bros. Any Percent, we're going to go take it on to Hans Buttface. And there you have it, the end of the official day one of the SHITournament Olympics primetime coverage. To recap and put a bow on the Super Mario Bros. 1 event. Your semifinal matches are Coach Crab 127 from Special K, 2 Gamers 1 Nerds Zarnax 42. That would be the first semifinal. Second semifinal will be CF 207. And of course, we all know by now he represents the
Oconomowoc
Octoroks. He wins virtual forfeit. And he'll be taking on Fap Cantaloupe in the second semifinal. If you win, you move on to the gold medal match. If you lose, you play for the bronze. So 2 chances here at medals for these 4 participants. And thank you for joining us. A reminder that coming up next week will be the first round matches in the Super Mario Kart and Super Mario Bros. 2 events. Super Mario Kart is 150cc. Mushroom Cup, Super Mario Bros. 2, any percent. This is Hans Buttface from the SHITournament Olympics control room. Thanks for checking out the primetime coverage, and we'll see you all soon.